if you look at our app rating, we are 4.8. I mean, there's no one even close. So all Indian debit cards, if that is 100, then we are 14% of the market.
You'll have 14% of the market.
Of all India market.
Oh, wow.
If you have to spend so much for people to take the product, then maybe the product is not that good or not that innovative or not that differentiated. It's like typically starting a car.
Yeah.
There has to be one big push to get the inertia over. Once the car is in motion, then you don't need the same push. So once your brand is there and well established, you don't need to spend the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Because if you continue to spend the same amount of money to acquire a customer, year 1 and year 5 also, then there is something seriously wrong.
Do you think in the process of scaling, it really helps for you to specialize? Or does it help for you to be in multiple products at a time?
You need to have one product where you really stand out.
Hello everybody and welcome to PayU's Let's Talk Scale. My name is Swapnil Kamath and this show, as you all know, is about helping entrepreneurs, professionals or anybody who works in startups or big companies and have aspirations to scale up. This is the show for them. We hope to inspire people through this show. We hope to give them some tangible learnings through this particular show. And today I have Vinay Bagri with me, who is the CEO and the co-founder of Niyo Solutions. How are you, Vinay?
Feeling good. Thanks for having me here.
Yes, are you as excited about me on being on this show?
We'll get to know.
So, like I mentioned, this show is about companies that have aspirations to scale. Because like all of us keep talking about this in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, that we need more scaled up, bigger companies in India, companies that scale here, companies that scale outside, right? So to start with, for somebody that doesn't know anything about your company, give us the simple explanation as to what Niyo does.
So any payment solution for a consumer traveling outside India is what we do.
Correct. And when you talk about traveling outside, do you just mean traveling on holidays, or could it be any kind of travel? It could be somebody going to study abroad. Is that a segment that you cater to as well?
Yeah, it's almost 20% of all our business is students who travel abroad for short or long-term courses.
Got it.
And of course, any traveler, corporate traveler, individual traveler, anybody leaving India on an individual consumer basis.
Got it. Very interesting idea, right? Because not many people would think of such a specific use case to solve for, right? Which is travel and currency or how do you pay when you travel? So tell me the inception of this particular idea. Where is it coming from?
So when we started, we were doing something different.
Yeah.
One of the pain points was around Forex cards.
Got it.
And they would be stuck in lines with banks to take the Forex card. The markups will be crazy.
Yeah.
The transparency was very low. So it was a classical problem there to be solved.
Got it.
And then we looked around and realized not only was it large enough in India, but it was growing rapidly. So people were wanting to travel more and more often.
Because we were discussing earlier that you've now been at this for 8 or 9 years. Your brand has been around. Lots would have happened in those 8 or 9 years. The overall trajectory of the travel market and people traveling from India has gone through the roof, I'm assuming, over the 8-9 years, or is this just media buzz? Tell us the truth about travel, Indian travelers abroad.
What has happened is that the accessibility of travel to a lot of countries without visa.
Yeah.
So you can just pack overnight and go to Malaysia, you can go to Phuket, of course you can go to Sri Lanka always, Maldives. So that is one. And second, the price points at which both the travel and the hotels are available really makes it almost like a breakthrough moment in travel.
That is, and you see that not changing. This is not what a lot of people call revenge travel post-COVID. It's not one of those phenomena. You think that the
revenge travel did happen, and that was 22. But now the revenge travel is way behind us, and it's become more like a way of life. People save for travel, people take loan for travel, and in fact for a lot of young people, and international travel comes even before a house.
So international traveling is happening, domestic traveling is happening as well. Tell me, as a consumer, why should I get your card versus just using my existing credit card that I have? Because I'm assuming a lot of the travelers outside of India already have credit cards and
Sure.
debit cards.
There are two major differences. The first one, of course, is the pricing. That majority of the credit cards or debit cards would cost you maybe 2 to 5%
Got it.
more.
Got it.
So, and a typical Indian spends for per person around 100,000, like a lakh rupee when they're traveling abroad. So, if you take 2 to 5%, then you're talking of 5,000 per person. And then if 2, 3, 4 people are traveling, before you know, you say 15, 20,000 rupees is the cost of not being alert.
Got it.
On the Forex.
Got it.
The second is the simplicity of using it. So if you look at most of the credit cards or debit cards in India, they are built for domestic use.
Got it.
But when you travel abroad, there are some nuances, which is like your emails coming to your, your OTPs coming to your email instead of your SIMs also.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because sometimes you may want to change your SIM.
Yeah.
Easily able to access the app when you have changed your SIM. So there's a lot of these features we've built in to ensure that you get a great travel experience, because anyway you're going to a foreign land. Things like 24-hour service. So if you are abroad, if you write anything, if you have any challenges, there'll be a call. You don't have to wait. So a lot of these nuances which are. So you need an instrument which has the best of a credit card, debit card or solution, which really takes care of all of this holistically and is super transparent.
Yeah.
And as a result, if you look at our app rating, we are 4.8. I mean, there's no one even close.
Wow. You guys are one of the most well-known players in this particular market.
So in
because I
debit
know-
card, we are very large.
Correct.
So for all the debit cards in India,
Yeah.
and there are 500 million of them,
Yeah.
when they are used outside India
Yeah.
to spend, if you take that as the pool, so all Indian debit cards used, swiped, or anyway POS or anything outside India,
Yeah.
if that is 100, then we are 14% of the market,
You'll have 14% of the market.
of all India market.
Oh, wow.
So we are large there, but still there is cash, there is credit cards,
Yeah.
there are outward remittances. So
Got it. Got it.
still a long way to go.
But you guys are one of the most well-known players
Yes.
in this space. So, how did you all manage to build your brand, and also, how much is brand building important to scaling a company? Tell me both these things.
So the first thing is, the thought about building a brand that didn't occur to us initially. What really excites us, generally me and my co-founder Viren, is to build products that have a legacy. I mean, there is something which is different, something that is innovative, and something that is genuinely useful for the customer. It is not a superficial use case. But in the travel product, again, we are the category creators.
Got it.
Like if somebody says, who introduced zero Forex products in India? We are number one.
Got it.
So that has been the journey where you build the product, number one. Then where do we test it against? Like who are the most difficult discerning customers to see whether your product is going to work or not? NPS is what we live and die by as a company.
Got it.
And that is automatically build a brand.
Got it. Got it.
When we finally got to brand building and let's say, okay, now the product is ready and ready to scale, because we spent easily 2 years in product building stage before we thought that now it is good enough to scale.
Yeah.
And that's when we did the IPL campaign.
I think that's an extremely important answer that you've given.
And one thing I would like to add that, when is a great time to scale?
Yeah.
So for consumer products, like I'll talk only consumer because that's all I've done all my life. So in consumer, for a startup product to go and scale, the important thing is virality.
Yeah.
That people have to talk about it, and people have to talk about it genuinely, not bought virality through influencers and all that. So that virality will only come if your NPS crosses a certain threshold.
Got it.
So NPS, as you would understand, is a net promoter score. 10 people take your product.
Yeah.
How many say that I will recommend it to my friends and family?
Yeah.
How many say I don't care? And how many say no, I don't like it? If anybody asks me, I'm going to say don't take it.
Got it.
So the neutrals you remove.
Correct.
People who say that I'm going to recommend to my friends and family, minus the people who say I'm going to actively vote against you is your net promoter score.
Yeah, because I also feel for all consumer companies today, marketing costs, and especially anything related to performance marketing costs, have become like their biggest line item in some way.
They always were.
Yeah. But how do you tackle that? So is this the way to tackle that, or is there, because that's a big problem founders always have. They say, yeah, product is good, but I have to spend so much for people to take the product.
Yeah, if you have to spend so much for people to take the product, then maybe the product is not
Product is not good. Yeah.
or not that innovative or not that differentiated, things like that. Because your typical thumb rule is that once the flywheel is there, because you will have to get it's like typically starting a car.
Yeah.
That there has to be one big push
Yeah.
to get the inertia over.
Yeah.
Once the car is in motion, then you don't need the same push. So once your brand is there and well established, you don't need to spend the same amount of money. Because if you continue to spend the same amount of money to acquire a customer year 1 and year 5 also, then there is something seriously wrong. It has to keep decreasing every year. And the reason it will keep decreasing every year is NPS. That people are talking more about your product, and hence the more customers are coming through referral. That is one way cost will reduce. Second, when they encounter your product, their inhibition to the product is dropped.
Yeah.
So they are more amenable to taking your product.
So do you think in the process of scaling, it really helps for you to specialize, or does it help for you to be in multiple products at a time? Do you have a view on that, or does it depend on the company? Does it depend on the timing? Tell me a little about your thoughts there.
I have view,
Yeah.
and a very, very strong view.
Very good. Yeah.
Not only
Yeah.
a view, a very
Yeah.
strong view.
Yeah.
That in my thought, you can spend like millions and billions or whatever on brand.
Yeah.
And because I don't want to name anybody, but there are enough and more failures there. The critical thing is that you need to have one product where you really stand out.
Correct.
So you can have 20 products where you are the second best or the third best, against one product where you are the best. Without that, you cannot build a consumer brand.
Correct.
So it has to be one flagship product.
Correct.
And ideally, I would say my recommendation to the startups would be that you have to get to imagine that if this were the only thing you would do for the next decade, will you be a large company?
Correct.
And you pick that problem which is that large and solve it as if that's the only thing you will do, whether you do or don't do, you survive, non-survive. It's the only thing you do. That's the only way to build a large consumer franchise. Because you can make a B2B franchise and all that with many products and many solutions. One solution marginally okay, that it will all survive.
Yeah.
But in a consumer brand, it's very unforgiving. If you start building mediocre product after product, 20 mediocre products, I don't think, at least personally, I have zero conviction that any such enterprise will work. And let me take some examples of Coke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they would have 20, maybe, I don't know how many SKUs.
Yeah.
But people know only Coke.
Yeah.
People know only that dark cola.
Yeah.
They don't know if they have Miranda, or I don't even know if Miranda is their brand or not brand or whatever it is. Like, there's only one.
Yeah.
And similarly, Pepsi, there's only one.
Yeah.
And I started my career with Parle, where the company was Parle, but not many people in India would know that Bisleri is a Parle brand, because Parle is a very subservient to Bisleri in that context.
Correct.
So, and the brand is so strong because Bisleri, for largest of the time, after Ramesh Bhai, sold Thumbs Up to Coke, was only doing water.
Yeah.
And even today, I think they only do water.
Yeah.
And so the brand is so strong that you go to the remotest corners of India and ask for mineral water and say, Bisleri chahiye aapko. So that was possible because it was only one product.
I think for companies starting and scaling up, specialization is the route to go. That one product is the route to go. a lot of these companies that we're talking about, like Coca-Cola, is 100-year plus company, right? So when they started back in the day, they specialized, right? They had one Coke. They didn't even have a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And through the years, then they've added all these things because you need to, as a company, grow year on year, quarter on quarter, right? So you're going to need other products. And by then, I guess you built the financial muscle to power those things, right? So I think all the extremely good examples that you gave, whether it's Pepsi, whether it's Coke, whether it's HUL, whether it's all these companies, that's been their journey. It's always been a one product hit to start with, and then the others, right? So I think this is fantastic advice. Vinay, if I were to meet you 10 years down the line and we're doing another episode of Let's Talk Scale, first of all, I hope that you're dominating this market even more than you are right now. But how do you see Niyo at that point of time? Do you see it still being a specialist in this travel domain? Or do you see it going into other financial products? Because your background is such that you understand different financial products, right? So tell me how you're thinking.
The way we see is that today a customer who is a passport holding Indian is taking Niyo for largely a payment use case outside India.
Yeah.
He will expand to using more of my travel products. So I got a full-fledged flight solution, hotel solution, eSIMs, travel experiences. I've got my partner banks where we have fixed deposit, savings account, loans hopefully in the future. So for that customer, I'll want to compete with the bank, the other banks. And why can't I get that share of wallet? So over the period of time, you will see Niyo competing for the share of wallet on other products other than just the cross-border travel. But that would, I don't think even after 10 years, those won't be the ones why the customer will first come to.
Interesting. So you still predict it will be your core product that you built is why they'll come. So interesting what you said, right? What have been your biggest challenges in terms of scaling up your business over the last 4 or 5 years where you actually got that growth post product market fit that you said? If you had to identify 2 or 3 things that were your biggest growth and scale challenges, what would they be?
I think the single biggest challenge was that India as a financial market is very tightly regulated, and rightly so.
Yeah.
Because we have seen so many markets explode because they are not well regulated. Yeah. So it is great for Indian consumers that as a market we are very, very tightly regulated. Yeah. But that poses a lot of problems for fintech startups who want to innovate. Yeah. It is difficult. But the good news is that from a regulator's perspective, what I've realized is they are not there to shut your business. Yeah. They are there to ensure that the consumers, either in terms of a promise made, is not false. Yeah. Whatever commitment you make, somebody is held responsible. Let's say you say that I'm going to give you 5% cash back. Yeah. Then if you shut down, who's going to give the 5% cash back? Yeah. So somebody is held responsible for all the promises. The data of the customer is safe. And when a customer requires help, the customer service is perfect. So they have their set of guardrails around customer. And if you are building a product with your partner bank around those guardrails and can demonstrate that this is not a guardrail just to pass an audit, but a genuine way of building a company, then I think you don't have to worry too much.
Growth versus profitability, right? For a company scaling up. Tell me, give the viewers your take on that. When should you go out for all-out growth? When does profitability become important? Is it just during IPO or pre-IPO that it becomes important? What's your general view on that?
So I think my general view, and again, I have a strong view, good or bad, whatever it is that, typically the sooner you hire a CFO, the better off you are as a company.
Got it.
You may still continue to grow and still continue to be in negative profits. It's fine. But you know why you're doing it. Yeah. So one of the most important muscles which any Indian startup wanting to scale and most important wanting to survive a decade or 2 decades, because you will have down cycles. Yeah. It's very natural. Every few years you're going to have a down cycle. Yeah. We're going through one right now. Yeah. So you will need capital at that point in time. You will need to tweak your ways at that time. And you cannot have that without a solid CFO in the company.
Got it.
So growth and profitability don't have to be at the cost of each other,
Got it.
but you can skip growth and still survive. But sometimes if you don't look at financials at all, surely you will not survive.
Got it. That's such an interesting take, Vinay. Another extremely well-renowned entrepreneur, he would say, have a great CFO and also have a great auditor, and have a great auditor who's not your friend.
Two things you cannot survive is a compliance breach and a finance breach.
Wow.
Like these two things you do in regulated environment, compliance is important. Anyway, if you're breaking law, you're anyway gone. So compliance and finance, if you don't set these two things right, it's only a matter of time.
Wow, such good advice. Dealing with consumers from all over the country, how important is smooth payments been in that journey of being able to scale up consumers?
The critical part of that monetization journey is what experience you give to Indian customers when they want to buy something off you.
Yeah.
So typically when you travel with my card, you're going with my card and you're spending it, that's fine. But when you want to buy a Forex cash from me, or when you want to buy a flight with me or a hotel with me or anything, that buying experience has got transformed in India because of the phenomenal job which a lot of payment companies have done. For a user, the ability to buy any of the products, of course everywhere else, including Niyo, with the choice of your instrument, with one payment partner. So you go there and you try and do a UPI. You can do a payment with the credit card, payment with debit card. So that framework of payments, where a consumer is the king on what do you want to charge, how do you want to pay. At the same time, the flexibility is with the merchants to see what you want to do. So, for example, there are few merchants who would say that, okay, if you pay through UPI, fine with me. If you pay through cards, maybe give me a little bit of MDR because it's cost me.
Got it.
So you'll get a product cheaper if you buy an UPI, maybe not so, a little bit costlier if you buy through others. So all these flexibilities and tools which have got built around the payment companies have been phenomenal for us to experiment journeys, plug them early in the journey, plug them late in the journey. The refund process is super easy. So let's say for whatever reason somebody has booked a flight with me and cancelled, the refund is 2 minutes. It's possible because of where our payment ecosystem is today.
But that's, the thing is, Vinay, so many Indian startups have integrated payments so beautifully in the way they operate that sometimes we feel that the Indian consumer is so spoilt when it comes to it, because even if that experience is slightly clunky, he doesn't want to work with the company.
You can go wrong in many things. But as a banker, we can't go wrong in the business of money.
Absolutely.
It has to match to the last paisa.
And
that's what the payment gateways today allow you to do. It is very, very clean, transparent, especially the refunds. I just love the refund experience. Many years ago, you would buy a product, you don't like it, and then you wait forever. And things have changed so much.
I think that's an amazing thing. Vinay, I could go on talking to you, but the final question, how does your company make money? Because you all are offering such amazing things to the actual consumer. So where do you make money?
So I was at a panel and I was getting asked a lot of questions and about product, especially because we love to build products that consumers love. So I told them that my message to my product managers is that if you're building a product, if the consumer doesn't ask that how will Niyo make money, then you have not succeeded.
Oh my God, that's such a good answer.
And that's our secret. We are profitable. Every product we do, it is profitable. Because there is for example, let me tell you, on the cards, for example, there is MDR.
What does that mean, MDR?
Which means that when you spend on my product on a merchant, I get revenue from the merchant.
Correct.
Similarly, on cash, there is operational efficiency that I will charge for delivery.
Got it.
And my delivery is more efficient than others. And today what is happening, thanks to AI and all that, every month my cost is reducing. And hence it allows me to be even more efficient and even more profitable than what it was earlier. And anyway, we never needed these Nariman Point branches and all that. So that is where we start off. And then with AI, it is the best time, I think, in the world to be an entrepreneur.
Got it. I said that was my last question, but you've really compelled me to ask you another one. In your journey of scaling, because you've already reached a certain scale, and now over the last 2 years, there's been a big AI boom, whether it comes to programming, whether it comes to content creation, etc. Tell me scaling and how AI has helped you scale even faster, even better, even more efficiently.
So AI has not yet helped me grow the business.
Got it.
It is tweaking here and there is there, but not that because of AI my business doubled or something like that.
Yeah.
But because of AI, my profitability has gone 4x.
Yeah.
Because my customer cost of customer service is probably 1/10
Wow.
of exactly where it was 1 year ago. My cost of marketing, the creating the marketing content is 1/10 of where it was ago.
Yeah.
My code creation by human beings versus code and QA done by AI is now 5x lesser. So if 100 lines were written by human beings, now only 20 lines are written by human beings. So as a result, what has happened is for the same volume of business, for the same revenue, the cost is shrinking very rapidly. And hence we are in a happy situation, profitable. Hence I was saying that it's a phenomenal time to be a founder and grow, because as you scale more, because of AI, your costs will not scale.
Got it.
In fact, it will be the perfect storm of business scaling and cost going down at the same pace.
Yeah.
It's never ever, I can't remember in my 25 years when we had this moment which AI has brought us.
Yeah. Vinay, I could keep on talking to you because you are such an insightful entrepreneur and you articulate yourself so brilliantly. I hope when I meet you next, you dominate the travel payment market even more. I hope you continue tapping your thesis of tapping the passport holders and become an even bigger company right now. And I also hope to see you someday. I know India is a big market, but I also hope to see you someday dominate the international market because you have your heart in the right place, you have your thoughts in the right place, and both those things are extremely important for you to create a big, large global company, which I'm sure you and your team will do.
Thank you for your kind wishes.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you very much.